Good morning, guys. Welcome to the vlog. I am starting ICU rotation tomorrow. I called a co-intern yesterday to ask for the lowdown because he was on ICU for the past week. Didn't get sign up for the patients. How our rotations work is that you're basically partnered with someone all year. So my partner is starting ICU today, and she goes from Sunday to Friday. Yeah. And then has Saturday off, and then Sunday through Friday. And I start Monday through Saturday, I have Sunday off, and then Monday through Saturday. 6 days a week, 12-hour shifts. So I was like, run me through a day. So I'll let you guys know what's up, and then when I start doing the daily vlogs, we'll see if it actually matches up. So he says that he goes to the hospital like 6 a.m., 6:10 to pre-round and to chart check. Sure, sounds great. Sign out starts 6:30 a.m. so you are bed rounding with the night team and your team and going over what happened over the night. It's not a bed round when you're on the floors. Everybody's in the conference room and we could just go over the patient's name on a chart. You have the time to chart review again, looking at orders if they're in place. He says the particular things to look out for in the orders are pressors, which would be medications used to help maintain a person's blood pressure. Monitor the I's and O's, which would be input, output. Checking the MAP, the mean arterial pressure, to make sure that's greater than 65. That's how we know there's adequate perfusion happening throughout the body. Measure the ABGs, or arterial blood gases. I'm pretty sure I've spoken to you guys about it before. Check their electrolytes, magnesium, potassium, phosphate, and lactic acid. We don't want to see any EKG abnormalities. We're monitoring infection. Definitely check expiring orders, and if things are expiring and they need to be reordered, pay attention to that. And he said for sure read the nurse's notes. We do that on the floors as well, so none of this sounds very foreign. He says the attending is going to come around 9:10, and they bed round for about an hour and then do computer rounds for 4 hours. And I double checked, I was like, 4 hours from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. they're computer rounding, like chart rounding, like going through the patient's chart. And I'm like, that's a lot. But he said it includes a lot of teaching. So we won't just be staring at Epic for 4 hours. There will be parts of teaching, maybe some teaching by residents, teaching by the attending, maybe some pimping, I guess. Pimping is where the attending or a senior, basically anybody, can ask someone else a series of questions. I mean, it used to have a really negative, I guess it still has a very negative connotation where you're questioning until the person falters. I feel like when I was a medical student, I was super self-conscious about it, super embarrassed about it if I couldn't answer a question, but that's kind of the point, to see what you know, and get to the point where you don't know something, and then you go home and you learn it. Hopefully it's not to embarrass you, but it's to show where you have a lack of knowledge so that you can go and learn. I love calling the intern who was already on the service to get the heads up, because he told me something like, when you're printing out your list of patients, print out a list for your senior as well as the charge nurse. I would definitely not know that on my first day just going in. I would print out a list for myself. And because on Epic, on our EMR, you can customize your list according to your preference. So I've always been a little weird about printing for other people because I don't know what their preference list is. Last thing is the notes for ICU are a lot more detailed. You have to, in your assessment and plan, you have to create an assessment and plan for each body system. Whereas on the floor, if the person comes in for CHF, we are focusing on CHF primarily, and the other things are like way down the list. But ICU, you're trying to monitor and take care and stabilize every single body system. A lot of people coming into the ICU are in shock, and all of their body systems are affected. So all of their body systems need to be on the front burner and monitored and your priority. I looked at his notes when we were talking and I liked his format, so I'm just going to take his template and use that as mine now. That's the details I got for the floor. As far as my book resource, I'm using the ICU book right there. the ICU book. That reflection is crazy. I feel pretty prepared. The intern I spoke to has worked with me before, and he's like, I think you got it. So let's see.